Hello, fuckos, and welcome to this episode 34 of the Chris Hunter Comedy Podcast. Hello, how are you doing? How the devil are you? Have you had a good week? I hope you have. I've had not a bad week, really. It's been pretty cool. Let's see what happens. Oh, I know somebody who's having a good week this week, somebody whose birthday is today, so I'd just like to quickly say a nice, massive happy birthday to Lucy, Jack's girlfriend, who I know is probably listening right now. Hello, happy birthday. Right, so yeah, this week we went to, Jumbo said about Dark Side of the Spoon opening, the dessert place that is run by the same people who run the amazing burger place cafe at the end of the universe that we go to every week. Well, we went to the Dark Side of the Spoon this weekend, and we got the afternoon tea that they do. And as I think I said last week, it's not your usual afternoon tea. It's not, scones and cucumber sandwiches and a nice cup of tea. No, it was chicken sliders, beef burger sliders. There was corn dogs. There was a scone. There was cake pops. Nom nom. There was, oh God, what else was there? There was a little mini lemon meringue, which is so nice. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something else, but basically there was a lot of tasty stuff on it. It was great. Oh, there was also homemade nachos. There was fries, and there was halloumi fries, aka a lot of food. Oh, it was a lot of food, but boy was it tasty, and I enjoyed every damn second of it. And we'd booked it, because you have to book it, because obviously it's a lot of work to get that stuff together. And we booked it, and on our table there was a massive Darth Vader, just sitting there looking at us, and he was holding a sign, or stood in front of a sign that called us the defectors. Because on everyone's table, there was 3 tables there that had booked, right? The other ones had their name on it, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith or whatever. And they, on ours they call it us the defectors, because I know that Charlie had been joking about on Facebook with them saying, oh, we're not going to Cafe at the end of the Universe this week because we're getting cakes instead at Dark Side of the Spoon. And they were like, how could you? And we're like, oh, come to the dark side. So we went to the dark side. We're the defectors. It's what we did. And it was bloody good. It took a long time to eat, and I was so damn full, but it was worth every goddamn penny. So guys, I recommend that actually. If you live near Warrington, I say go to Dark Side of the Spoon. Call them first. Book yourself an afternoon tea, 15 quid a person, worth every damn penny. It was delicious, and I love it there. The people are so fantastic there as well. They did everything possible to make us comfortable, to see if we needed anything else, and it was great. Not sponsored, by the way, just highly recommend the place. Highly, highly recommend it. But speaking of foods and stuff that I highly recommend, me and Charlie just made something that we make every now and again. It's not very often. We made we call them mini pizzas. They're not really pizzas, but they are to us. What we do, right, we get mini naans. So this time we chose, was it garlic and coriander, I think. Really, really nice naans. We get that. We get some tomato puree and stuff, some cheese, some chicken, and some sort of sauce. See, last time we did this, we made the nicest pizza I've ever had, I think. And it was like, well, it wasn't pizza, but you know what I mean. Last time we had it, it was like duck and hoisin. It was really weird, but super, super tasty. This time it was, weird mix of flavours, but super tasty still. It was like a mango and lime chicken that we put on it. There was spinach, there was some cheese, there was some goat's cheese. And on top of that, we put some katsu curry sauce, which sounds weird, but it were nice. Oh, it were right grand, it were. Oh, I liked it. It was very nice. I recommend that to you guys as well. Go and do that when you get a chance. If you ever thinking to yourself, you know what, I want to make something fancy or something different for tea, or if you're thinking I want to do something a bit coupley with my partner, well, there you go. Make yourselves mini naan pizzas with your mini naan pizza garlic bread thing. I don't know what to call it, but I like it. I know that much, and it only takes like 6 to 8 minutes in the oven. It was so tasty. I recommend it. Nom nom nom. I've been watching a bunch of Netflix specials this week, comedy specials, because I'm a bit behind, folks. I need to catch up more on the comedy specials. I love watching them. I just haven't for a bit, and it's good because a few have accumulated now. So just this last weekend, I watched Bert Kreischer's new one. I watched Tom Segura's new one, and I watched Jim Jeffries' new one, and I like them all. I think, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I liked Bert Kreischer's as much as I liked the Machine one I did last time, but at the same time, I always tend to feel a bit different the first time I watch something to when I watch it the second time. So if I watch it again, I'll probably feel differently about it. I don't know. But yeah, I've enjoyed that, and I'm going to have a look around, see who else I can find on there that I either haven't seen before or haven't seen in a while. I watched some of the older Bill Burr ones because they're all on there by the looks of it, which is great. I loved watching any of his specials. And in fact, if you watch Walk Your Way Out, I went to see that live in Manchester when he was doing that, and oh my god, it was so funny. It was one of the best days of my life. I love comedy shows, but I especially love the fact that I got a chance to go and see Bill, because in the future, when people are talking about the best comedian that ever lived, there's a very good chance Bill Burr's name will be on that list. Because if you ask people now, ask any of the comics in America who their favourite comedians are, he's usually in their top 5, and that's something to say. You know, when you're still alive and you're still relevant, not even just still alive, like he's still working. You know, it's not like he's been retired for years and like, oh, you know, remember that guy, he was great. No, he's still going, he's still active. Oh, that was a lot of talk about comedy specials. Anywho, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Do you guys remember what it was? I don't. Right, yes, I'll be back in a minute after a word from our sponsors. Do you like supercars? Do you like speed? Is your name Lucy Waller? Well, if it is, you need to strap on in, because Jack is treating you to a supercar driving experience day. You get to choose 2 cars and do 3 laps in each, followed by a hot lap with a professional driver. I hope you got a spare pair of underwear, girl, because you're going to need it. You'll get to choose from the following 17 cars. They are an Aston Martin, an Audi R8, a BMW i8, a Porsche 911, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Nissan GTR, F-Type Jaguar, Mazda MX-5 race car, Nissan Skyliner, Chevrolet Camaro SS, Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, Mustang race car, Mustang GT V8, Toyota Supra, Ford GT40, and a Dodge Viper. Happy birthday, girl, and drive safe. Okay, while Lucy calms herself down from the news of her gift, let's move on to the Bazooka advert. So folks, do you like video games, board games, or card games? Do you like geek culture, and you want to hang out with other people who share the same passions that you do? Well, if you live in St Helens or that kind of area, you're in luck. Bazooka is a brand new geek and gaming lounge located in St Helens Town Centre on Clawton Street. They've got everything that your geeky little heart could ever desire. There's games, food, drinks, events, you name it, they've probably got it. So, head on down to Bazooka and have yourself some fun out of the sun. Alright folks, I'm back. So, can you believe we're on 34 episodes of this podcast already? Like, it doesn't feel like I've been doing it that long, but I guess it must have been quite a while now. Like, when did I start this? Was it October-ish? Maybe somewhere around there. And it's been great. I've had a great time doing this. I like it. But I've been thinking, you know, I've got all this way and still not had a guest on. So I'd like to try and get some guests on at some point. And I think we may have secured our first guest, which would be awesome if it comes to be. I won't give any more information just yet, just in case anything falls through or whatnot. But it'd be so good. It'd be so good to get him on. It's somebody who I know I've worked with before. Somebody who's been very helpful for me. He's been quite the mentor when I started doing the stand-up stuff. And you know, I've been tempted recently to get back on the stage. You know, the old stand-up stage. I think it's been long enough that I'm getting the itch again. I want to write. I want to perform. But this time, rather than letting the anxiety of thinking my set isn't strong enough and yet I've got gigs booked, rather than letting that happen, I'd rather get myself a stronger set together first and then tell people, you know, who do the booking and stuff that I want to come back. Because there's no point in putting pressure on myself when I don't need to right now, you know. I've got the time at the moment to be working on myself, to be working on my art, to be working on my comedy, and then I can go start putting it on stages again, telling my poop and dick jokes to anybody who's willing to listen. And, you know, you guys seem to be willing to listen, so you never know. Maybe people who listen to this would come to a couple of the gigs or whatever. I don't know how it's going to work out. But I'll keep you guys informed anyway if I do go back and if I have any gigs coming up. But don't expect anything for a while if it does happen. Let's see, what else was I going to chat about today? Oh, yeah, I played... what did I play? No, this is what I just did. I've just had a very delicious snack after my tea. Do you remember last week I said about the fact that I had grapes that taste like candy floss, cotton candy? And it's weird because they actually do taste like it. And there's no weird flavouring on it or anything. It's just the taste of the grapes. Well, I have just found in Tesco before the podcast strawberry flavour grapes. And I've just had them downstairs. And you know what, folks? The grapes, they taste like fucking strawberry. It's weird. It's weird. It's good weird, but it's weird nonetheless. And yeah, they're very, very tasty. Very sweet. It tastes kind of like strawberry jam. And I don't know how they do it. Can anybody, right, is anybody out there a scientist of, fruit and shit like that, because I want information. I want real legit information from somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about. So if you know anybody who is a what are they called, is it horticulturist, I don't know, somebody who looks after plants and shiz, can you tell me how the hell you make a grape taste like a strawberry? Because I want into the strawberry grape growing game, and I want more of them in my life, quite frankly, because it was damn fine. So yeah, I enjoyed that. That was very, very good. So last night I played some more of my Yakuza game. Have you guys ever played the Yakuza series on PlayStation? They're bloody good games. Right, I'll tell you what they are. It's about this guy who's a Yakuza in Japan, obviously. That's where the Yakuza live. And he is like, in some games he's a retired one. In some games he's a current one. But you always get to walk around the same sort of spot of Tokyo every time you play it. And it's really cool because this spot in Tokyo is real. Like all the locations, well, most of the locations in it are real. If you go there in real life, you'll see those spots. And it's awesome because, like, for example, we went there when we went to Tokyo. We went to the same place. We went to a corner shop place and we got some souvenirs for people and whatnot. And I was playing the game yesterday and I said to Charlie, hey, look, there's that bit of the street where we got your John's keyring from. I was like, oh my god, it's the real shop. It's insane. And they got, even the products that are in the shops are real. Like they have Rainbow Boss, which is like my favourite canned coffee that they sell. And it's such a good series of games though. Like even story wise, it's like action fighty type game, but it's weird because they have some really fucked up weird sections as well. Like not weird like creepy weird, just weird like what the hell's happening. Which you have to play him to kind of understand and get that, I guess. But I recommend the Yakuza. I've recommended a lot of shit today, haven't I? I recommend you guys play the Yakuza series. Go out there, play it, shoot some fools in the face. You can hit people in the face with a bike if you want. That's part of the game's charm. Or you can just go and play pool or basketball or baseball or whatever. And it's nice, It's a fun kind of game. You can either make it super violent, you can make it super relaxed. You can go through the stories and do the shit there. You can help a hobo if you want to. There's all sorts of stuff you can do, and I really, really like that series of games. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop jamming on about Japanese games now. Speaking of Japanese, though, I'm going on for the word of the week. The word of the week this week is the word for strawberry, which is ichigo. I said ichigo. If you've watched Bleach, the anime, the main character is called Ichigo Kurosaki because his hair is red, thus strawberry. There you go, a bit of insider scoop for you. And the recommendation I give this week is a YouTube series called Something's Burning with Bert Kreischer. It's part of the All Things Comedy Network, and it's really, really funny. Basically, Bert Kreischer, he can kind of cook, but on this show, he has a guest on, they get pissed, they try and cook something they've not cooked before, and comedy ensues. It's not the best... It's not the best food in the world. Although, to be fair, it looks pretty good most of the time, but I wouldn't eat a lot of it because Bert tends to touch his face a lot when he cooks, and that's just straight up gross. But, if you guys want to giggle, I'd say go and look at that on YouTube. Right, if you folks ever want to reach out to me, ask any questions, hurl abuse, give suggestions, do whatever you want to do, then you can hit me up on social media. I'm at Chris Hunter Comedy on everything except for Twitter, where it's at Chris Hunter Com, because comedy's too long, apparently. And yeah, please, if you get a chance, drop me a like and a sub on the old iTunes, and I appreciate it forever. Thanks a lot, folks. See you next week. Bye-bye now.